I don't even know where we're starting.
What is this?
Are you starting because you're scared? You're not starting because you're scared?
No, I just don't even know where we're going with this.
I was just going to talk about how...
Show me your butthole.
Not just like in a bad light.
No, I mean, I feel
Like
like
why
that
we
shaped
left.
a lot of this
like-
that's happening right now.
Yeah, like why we left.
Let's be real, like that was the first time you came back to Houston, you started training.
Yeah.
It was a home for a while.
Right.
And then it was like hard to find home. The first call out podcast, no.
Like,
Doesn't relate to people.
why don't you just say like Northside Chat or something like that?
Chat. Okay, cool.
Northside Chat. Let me use Chat GPT real quick. Pull cool podcast names. Northside Gym Chronicles.
Oh, that's fucking awesome, dude. I like that. We'll get all the
Northside Chronicles. Northside Gym Talk. Northside Insights. The Northside Experience.
Northside Insides. You want to be inside me?
What about Inside Northside Gym? Inside Northside.
That's like too much.
Yeah, inside
That's
Northside.
kind of dope. I kind of like that. Inside Northside.
Inside Northside.
Okay. If you like it, that's cool.
Inside Northside.
That's kind of cool.
Okay, cool.
It describes what we're doing, right?
Yeah, we're just talking about Inside Northside.
Look at that.
Oh, look at the camera.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude. Why can't you sit behind the camera so I can like talk to you?
It's not gonna be...
Fucking
Why don't we
blazers with
scoot
those
back a little bit?
headphones, bro.
Why don't we scoot back a little
No,
bit?
dude. I'm just sitting like this.
Dude, but it's not gonna feel natural. I'm gonna be talking to you.
Scoot back.
Northside
Why are we
story.
scooting back?
So I can talk to
So I
Matt.
can get behind this fucking camera.
Like, what? Don't you feel awkward talking to a camera?
I mean, I was gonna look at Matt no matter what he said, so. Inside Northside.
Inside Northside. Dude, why are you farther back?
Dude, fuck.
There we go.
There you go. You got
I want to touch knees. Welcome to Inside Northside, or Northside Stories, or whatever you want to call it.
We'll figure it out as we go.
Yeah, so today we're just going to kind of talk about a little bit about Northside Gym, how we got our start, just like leading up to the years before Northside, meeting Tyler and the rest of the people over, like once we left Legacy Barbell, went to Freedom Gym and all that stuff.
So I moved to Houston not too long ago. We just did like quick math on it. It's like a little over 2 years ago now, and I've always been around the industry, competed for a few years, left for a while, and then when I moved here, I didn't really have like a hobby or something necessarily to take up my time. So I got back in the gym and I just decided, hey, I'm gonna start a prep. I had hired an online coach, which I'll never do again, just because I thought, okay, it's somebody I know, be able to transition. But I wanted an in-person posing coach, where I met Colby at Legacy Barbell, where I had been training at the time. So we kind of, I saw Colby around the gym and just the way that he carries himself, you look at him and you go, oh, that's a bodybuilder, like for sure. And obviously he's a trainer, he's got clients with him all the time. So I just approached him and said, hey, are you interested in, taking me on as a posing coach? And he was like, yeah, absolutely, man. Got his number and went from there. Rest is history from that. I was like, I'm gonna get back into this, and I started going, and as soon as I saw Colby, I was like, that's my posing coach, and fortunately it worked out. And it was...
Yeah, you're pretty adamant about it. You're like...
Yeah, I was like, hey man, I need a posing coach.
Dude, let's do this right now. I'm like, all right, fuck, dude, this guy's ready.
Just take his pants off.
Dude,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. That's part of posing though. You want to take him off now?
Like during your prep, like I got to see Tyler like really like show his enthusiasm with his posing and shit, which he's always been very like consistent, very disciplined, and like I wasn't ever really like, I'm not really like a big poser. Like I will pose because I have to, but you can see Tyler really is like, he's eager to pose. Like he wants to pose, he wants to learn more and shit, and I really like that. So I was like, when he asked me to be like his coach for real, it was kind of easy. It was an easy decision. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Because like I seen his consistency and discipline, and then when your fucking coach kind of like didn't show up to the fucking.
Oh man, that was a whole nightmare. I mean, it was like, yeah, my coach at the time was like, yeah, I'll be at the show. I mean, granted, I just came from a broken back, so like on top of like 10 other broken bones. So I was not doing this show to win. Like I genuinely was doing it to have fun, but also mainly just get back on stage. And it's not that I expected a lot from my coach, but the one thing I guess I would expect is that you were there the day of the show. Like I paid a lot of money up front throughout the whole process. And like, man, like honestly, if Colby had not been at that show, it'd have been like even worse. It was very much, it was like a no-brainer for me. I think it was like that week after the show, I went on a vacation and I just hit him up. I'm like, hey, like, I'm not gonna prep with him again. Are you interested in taking me on? And yeah, like he said, I think it was a pretty easy decision for both of us. But I mean, I think back to like your comment that you just made about like posing and stuff. Like, I think it's always been huge to me because like, I think the biggest thing about what we do is that no matter how hard you train, the food you eat, you know, everything else that we do to get ready for a show, if you can't present it, like what does it matter, right? And I think that's always been like my like one thing that I will like not let live. I won't live that down ever because I'm like, I have to present well. I have to.
And then basically we met at Legacy Barbell, but then we went to Freedom. I don't think we ever really trained at Legacy Barbell. I think like I had already moved to Freedom beforehand.
I think I came back from that trip and you were like, hey bro, if we're gonna do this, I'm training up at this gym. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So a little bit of backstory. I had trained at Legacy Barbell for like 2.5 years at that time. I basically trained in Virginia for a long time when I got out of the Navy, and then I came back, kind of like was struggling to find my way when I came back to Houston, my hometown. And so then I started like a hotshot company, like just bullshit, thought I was gonna get rich, and then it just went south. Like it was fucking terrible. I fucking hated it. And then I did that for like 1.5 years, and then like my health went to shit, everything went to shit, and I was depressed as hell, and I was like, dude, I need to do something that's gonna get me out of this. And then I just went back to bodybuilding and training. I went to school for a little while part-time, and then I just decided to put all my eggs in the basket of training and just say, hey, like, the rest is history, really. Just try to pour into my clients at the time. I didn't really have athletes. I had helped 1 or 2 guys get on stage at the time, like my friends and stuff. But yeah, so then I went to Legacy Barbell like at the end of 2019, right before COVID. And they were in like a very, very small, like 4,500 square foot facility. And it was like off the beaten path, pretty rough. Like they didn't really have much. And I was like, fuck it, this is my home, you know? Everybody was like really, I mean, honestly, everybody was like really inviting there when I first went there. Yeah. So, bro, the vibe was like, it was fucking awesome. Like, I remember Tyler Williamson was the head trainer there. And I had a meeting with him, and fucking, if anybody knows Tyler Williamson, he's a fucking hard ass. So you like sit down with Tyler and he's just fucking staring at you like, why do you want to train here? I'm like, I don't know, because it's free. Like, you're not gonna fucking charge me. And like, I want to fucking get back in training, you know? So, I met Tyler and then met Kerry Drilling, and just a bunch of other people there that like really made the place like what it was. With my hotshot truck, I had my truck and trailer still, and I helped Legacy Barbell, like helped me and Tyler Williamson and a bunch of other guys like put all the shit on my trailer, and like we like hauled it over to their new spot in Hannah Road, and like it was just so. I
didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude, it was cool. It was like
it
cool. Was just everybody just trying to help, the gym grow, and so. Like we stayed late that night trying to get it all unpacked and everything, and then like the next day we reorganized the whole gym and the new gym over off Hannah Road, and like we went from 4,500 square foot to like 9,000 square foot. So honestly, the opportunity when I went to Legacy Barbell was really cool because I got to see like a gym similar to my size right now turn into a fucking massive gym.
I guess like my perspective on it, because like I came after like it was established on Hannah Road. Honestly, my opinion walking in was like, this is a warehouse gym, but it's like it's put together and it carries
Yeah.
that same vibe that you said, you know, like you walk in, people are welcoming, the trainers are cool.
Yeah.
I guess being from the outside looking in, like coming into that gym, like it was a cool place. Like it definitely had its time for, you know, what we were trying to accomplish, and
Yeah, for
definitely
sure.
molded everything today.
Yeah, like, dude, it's crazy. Like I said, like seeing Legacy Barbell before COVID and then move into COVID, and then after COVID, like everybody was training there. That's where Hunter Labrada did his first show prep for Tampa. Like it was just like seeing him and then like Brian in there and like their whole crew and like going in and like just the atmosphere that you could like be around whenever like people are like really pushing in the sport of bodybuilding. I was like, yo, this is fucking cool.
No, it's
Gives
cool
me
because
fucking chills. You're like,
yeah,
damn.
like I mean, there's nothing like that around here either. I mean, even I will say, even that itself has like it doesn't happen anymore. Like Hunter's either at his gym or he's at Destination, but like when I was in Dallas, like that was Destination. You know, like every day it's like, dude, there's some big name in a corner like doing a hack squat with fucking 700 pounds. You're like, it's like music's banging. And it's just cool, you know, like the world goes on around it, but it's like, there's like the main attraction over there, you know, like it's cool. It gives off an energy.
Like I had bodybuilding in Virginia, you know, and then when I came back to Texas, kind of lost it a little bit. And then when I came back, you know, from the hot shotting stuff, and then that was like my introductory into like Texas bodybuilding is like fucking Hunter Labrada posing, and you're like, holy fuck, dude, like this is open bodybuilding. This is like world-class Olympian. When I made Northside Gym, you know, like I had always wanted to open a gym. Like, I mean, it's always been my dream. Like I had been training my garage.
Dude, that first time we had you over to our house for that dinner, we were talking about that. Remember, I was like, yeah, I mean, at some point I'd like to do this. Like, no, like I've really been like considering it, and like I had asked you, I was like, how, like, when do you picture this happening for you? Like, when do you think it's, and I think you had told me, you're like, it's like a 10-year plan or some shit. That was less than 2 years ago. This fool played me. He played me. He's like, yeah, down the road for sure. 2 years. 2 fucking years.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, so like being around that atmosphere, you know, and then I think what sped up the process was like seeing like these people training at a gym and like being around that. And then, I mean, honestly, the gym just went in a different direction, you know? And so like people didn't stick around the gym because the gym had a different direction for its business model. And so it wasn't about like creating a cool vibe for bodybuilders to train. It was like more profit, you know what I mean? So like they're gonna drive a different path. And so like all the people that were there for that vibe of a gym just like kind of all faded off, because it was like, oh man, like people are still competing, but it's not the same.
I mean, if you think about the time that I was there, I would, you know, you say main character or whatever, but like 3 of the main people from that gym now have their own gym.
Yeah.
Since then. You know, like
It's weird.
Tyler was first to do it. Patrick was second, and now here you are, pretty close to when Patrick opened. I mean, not too far off, but you know, like you just talk about like that main character energy or whatever. It's like y'all were all 3 like bigger energies in the gym in different ways, right?
Yeah.
And now y'all all 3 have a gym, and it's like I said earlier, it's like that gym held its time and place. And then I think the other part too is once you even left to go train elsewhere, it's like there was never ever home anywhere, you know? Like, I mean, the closest we got was with TIR and being with Tyler at his place. Like, it felt very close to home, but realistically, it's always going to be a powerlifting facility, right? Like, no matter how you twist that building and the members in it and everything else, it is badass. I love the intensity and the vibe of it, but like it will always be a powerlifting gym, you know? Like,
to get out of, you know, your own zone, the monotony of like being in your home gym and then going to an atmosphere that, I mean, his gym is very aggressive. I fucking love it, you know?
Yeah.
It's like when I remember talking to Tyler about like the videos he used to watch, and he used to watch like the Branch Warren Unchained, like, and he's just training at like, you know, like Metroflex in Arlington, and he's just fucking just throwing weights, dude. There's this video of Branch Warren, and he just like, he gets pissed because somebody left this fucking weight on the bar, and he just fucking throws it in the gym. I'm like, bro, this is insane. Like, this dude's fucking crazy.
That describes him to a T.
But like, dude, that's Tyler's vibe. But Tyler's like, he's like, I love that. I wanted to build a gym like that, and that's Tyler's version of that, you know? And like, it's fucking cool. When we left Legacy Barbell was like right down the street from our houses, really. Like, it was like 5-10 minutes away. Mm-hmm. And then
for both of us, yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like we were in need of finding, I guess, that vibe again that I was talking about with like Hunter Labrada and like just like feeling like home. So then we were like, dude, let's go to Freedom and try it, you know? So like, and we gave Freedom a good run. Like, we gave
the closest, honestly, towards the end, like when Logan Franklin started like training up there more, like how he used to when JJ first opened the building, that's when I was like, okay, I can feel this vibe again. But like, I mean, honestly, aside from like the few of us that were bodybuilders in there, just like, I hear you. Like that vibe was just, it was good. It just wasn't.
Everybody kept to themselves.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. Is that like everyone went in and they did their thing and they left, and nobody really conversated, you know, like too much. Like,
you know, you talked on it before, like just a minute ago about like, I don't even remember how you worded it exactly, but like looking back on everything, it's like this gym is the gym that, even though you want it to be the iron gym with the indoor feel of like a corporate facility, I guess, we still have, you know, neighbors from this neighborhood right there, that neighborhood right there, that neighborhood right there, that would never want to be in like an iron gym. But like now they're so invested in the bodybuilding world. They like, they're showing up to like our competitors' shows, and like they want to be involved. And it's cool because it's like we're creating this network of people that, I mean, it feels like, look, if you go to the gym to get your workout in, like we certainly all do it, it's cool to have like, I guess, a
community.
Yeah, a community surrounding you to be like, man, this is like why I'm doing this, you know, like, because it's easy to lose purpose, like all these other gyms that we floated around to. It just feels nice. Like, it feels like we're home.
Yeah, like that's one of the biggest things is like, because I've been on prep. I was on prep, you know, from COVID 2020. I'd been on prep every single year. And I was prepping for Nationals 2022 when we left Legacy Barbell and went to Freedom Gym, and I prepped for shows. And I was like, dude, like, you know, you kind of get this longing for community whenever you're like suffering, you know, like you're starving, you're trying to push yourself in the gym, and like when you're trying to like reach for people and there's not really too many people that want to help you out, you know, you're kind of like, fuck, dude, like nothing really feels like home. You know, so then you're just kind of like, well, I guess we got to keep looking. Yeah. You know, like, it's like,
or make your own.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make your own.
Yeah. So then, so then we stayed at Freedom until 2023. Like the summer of 2023. We ended up going to TIR for a little bit.
Which we always jump to these like warehouse gyms at the worst time of the year, because we went to Freedom right at the beginning of summer.
Yeah.
Terrible fucking decision. We made it through all the way through the winter, and then it started to get hot again, and we're like, okay, let's go to a new gym. So we go to an even worse, I say worse because at this point, Tyler doesn't have AC, does not have insulation in there at all. So it's literally a wood and tin building that just gets baked in the sun with low ceilings. We made the worst decision to jump gyms.
Yeah, it was fucking hot as fuck.
Cooking.
Yeah, man.
It definitely, the one thing I will say, if you cannot train somebody, if you can train somebody in those conditions and they can like stick to it, you have an athlete. Because like,
lethal.
Yeah, there's something that like you either shit or get off the pot with that. Like, there's no fucking around. You learn to be in the conditions.
Yeah. You know, I learned, like, I told Tyler straight up when we moved over there, I was just like, hey dude, like I'm gonna kind of make this my home for a little bit, but like, you know, I am making plans on getting a gym, you know?
So
And
at that point, you already knew, like,
yeah,
Yeah, you know what's wild about him even saying that is the week, I'd say the month he was planning to leave Freedom, he had bought 2 pieces of equipment, the 2 pieces of Panada that are in here. And he'd said, dude, no, he goes, I'm buying this equipment with the intent that now I have to start.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
Like,
that's good.
he had bought plates.
yeah, dude, those are.
He had bought 2 big ass Panada pieces. I mean, he was already in the whole, what, 16 plus grand
Yeah,
probably? Like, I mean, and you're sitting there going, all right, like, I either just made a dumbass decision or I'm committed to this, right? And I mean, honestly, it was probably the smartest call because had he not made that decision, you would have just been stuck in the hamster wheel. Like, you're just kind of,
Bouncing back.
yep, you're just going along until you
Yeah,
get
dude.
caught up wrong, and then you're shaking up and you're trying to get back going again. And is that another gym? But like, had you not done that, dude, it felt so wrong that day that I told you we had loaded up the truck with all the plates, all the Panada pieces.
This is when This is when we were going from Freedom Gym, and okay, so I was selling my house, and I was like, I have to go back to Freedom to get my stuff if we're gonna go to TIR, right? And I'm selling my house, and we were like,
It was moving quick.
and it was just like, hey, this is happening. Let's go get the stuff from Freedom before we like change gyms and before I sell my house. So like that's taken care of, right? So go. So tell the story.
So like, Colby hits me up and he's like, hey, who had a show? Was it you, me? I don't even remember. I think it was me.
The one that I took those photos in the back?
No,
Yeah.
it was Brian. Remember, it was Brian's show.
Yeah, it was Kuklo.
Yeah, we just finished the Kukla
So we had
with
just
Brian.
gotten back from Dallas on
Because
Saturday.
remember, we were after Brian's show, we were talking about it. We're like,
we're at the
yo,
show.
let's
You're right,
fucking
you're
do
right.
this.
Yeah, we're like, hey,
dude, let's go.
I remember I told Colby, he was like talking all this stuff at the show, like him and I like driving back and forth from Dallas had gotten in just like, you know, conversations as just close friends. And we're like, I was like, look, I think if that's really what you're like trying to accomplish, what you need to do is you need to say, okay, I need to stop and I need to move like now, like it just has to happen. And so like
Yeah.
we get back on Saturday night. Did we drive? No, we came back Sunday.
Yeah, dude. It was Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, okay, that's why I was like, I was trying to think, I'm like, how did I have off work on Monday? But that makes
Yeah, it
sense
was
because
Monday.
I was like, dude, if you're gonna do this, I only have Monday to do it.
Yeah.
And so Monday morning we met at like, it was early
Like
as
8
hell.
o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, loaded everything up. Dude, it felt criminal. Like it felt like we just like jacked JJ of like his equipment because there's like 2 giant holes where the Panada pieces were. And then, I mean, we took a truck bed full of weights that like you could tell which ones were Colby's and not just based on the like paint sheen.
Yeah, because mine were black. I got them from Tyler Williamson. He sold me.
But like, and it certainly was not stealing equipment, but it just like looking at it, you're like, dude, it felt like we just like robbed them.
But that's how much that we try to make that our home.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
how much I invested. I was really trying to make that our place.
Yeah.
You know, like our home. And it just didn't work. You know what I mean? It's just like,
You know, I
this
got
isn't-
worried though, because right after that, all the pieces and most of the weights went into storage. And I'm going, and in my head, I'm going, fuck Colby. I don't know that this is a good idea, right? Like now you just got equipment sitting at places. Probably the best thing you did is one of the Panada pieces went to your parents' house. So your parents were probably like, yo, get this shit out of my garage.
Yeah, dude.
Which one was it?
I called my dad.
The pullover,
yeah.
the bigger one.
I called my dad like, hey, I need
day.
to spot in your garage, bro. He's like, yeah, just bring it. Like, all right.
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, but when we were loading it and we took it to like 2 different places, I'm like, man, this could be where we get stalled up. And honestly, like, we went to TIR, saw the rest of my year for prep, and then as I was going into nationals,
he was prepping for nationals in 2023.
yeah.
Okay.
So he went back. So he was kind of competing that whole year, really.
Yeah. From May was, I think, my first show, all the way up. And then, yeah, I remember you had told me, you're like, hey, I'm going to move equipment in and you need to start training up here this week. I'm like, well, is equipment going to be set up? He's like, you'll figure it the fuck out. You're going to be training up here. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like, dude, I was so fried with prep at this point.
Yeah.
Like 2 brain cells left.
Yeah.
And I got up here and training every day. Man, it honestly made it way nice, like more nice to be at like the end of a prep and have an empty gym. To just like, I had my own key. I came in, nobody else bugged me. Put whatever music I wanted on.
Yeah.
No music sometimes. Just
Yeah.
raw dog in the workout.
Yeah, bro. And when we came from TIR, like I learned a lot from Tyler Williamson, just like how he thought. Me and him had a lot of conversations about like equipment selection and like what his view
Business
was.
management.
That's whenever like we talked about him and like his vision, Branch Warren, and like, you know, just the videos you used to see. And it's just like I was trying to create my own thing. I'm like, I know I want to make it. And at the time, I was thinking warehouse.
Yeah, you were.
You know, like I had
That's all
already,
you had shopped at that point.
Yeah, I had sold my fucking house. Like I was fucking committed, dude. I was already in a new home.
I think you was like finished buying equipment before you had this place.
Yeah,
right?
I probably already had like $75,000 of fucking equipment waiting in a fucking storage unit, or my equipment dealer was storing it for me. Shout out to Jose Valdez, he's a fucking beast. He like I didn't.
For the gym.
Yeah. I had already bought all this shit.
Dude, I was wondering why it came in so fast. I'm like, bro.
Oh no! It was bought and like he already knew. Okay, I want blue.
It was months before.
Yeah, like no. Like this was like TIR. Like he got hooked up with Jose from JJ.
Yeah.
And that's where like it had trickled from there to like we're like mid TIR, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna buy all this equipment." And I'm like, and
I have no place to put it.
And we're gonna put it where?
Can I just talk on this? 'Cause I was fucking hell bent, bro. I still have the contract in my bag. I got a non-disclosure agreement from fucking